Shalom, Holy Blossom. So when I was about 5 or 6 years old, I was absolutely certain that I knew just what God looked like. God absolutely looked just like the Hamburglar from McDonald's. Now please, let me be clear, I did not think that the Hamburglar was God. I wasn't that far gone. But rather, I imagined God as a man in a striped suit, wearing that rounded hat, whose face was obscured partially by a mask. Because after all, only Moses could see God's face panim el panim, right? Now perhaps this was just a major triumph of the advertising industry, but my holy Hamburglar was usually accompanied by a weather machine, because how else could it rain, thunder, or snow? And always held a large leather-bound notebook in hand, diligently taking note of our lives, simultaneously the judge and the stenographer of the heavenly court. Though I am happy to report that my conception of the divine has, in fact, shifted rather a lot in the years since, it occurs to me that my childhood Hamburglar God was almost certainly taken directly from our High Holy Day liturgy. This was my 5-year-old self-understanding of Aveinu Malkeinu, God our Father, God our King, before whom we stand in judgment every Tishrei. In the intervening decades since, I've come to conceive of God as the soul of the universe, that energy that connects all living things, that life force, which is greater than myself, connected, yet distant and uninvolved in the daily comings and goings of creation. The God I believe in is distinctly not Aveinu Malkeinu, at least not for 355 days of the year. For 355 days of the year, my theology is a nuanced and complex one. It's a theology that is comfortable in shades of gray. But for 10 days of the year, I get to call on the God of my ancestors. And that God becomes my God once more. Because for those 10 days, during our days of awe, that is exactly what I need God to be. I need a parent. I do need a judge. I might even need a sovereign, because my soul needs someone to confess to. My heart needs someone to hold me accountable. And all of me needs someone to hold the soul of the world. It may seem dissonant or contradictory, but it's not. Because as I've heard Rabbi K teach time and time again, God is big enough for all of that. God may be the only force big enough to hold all of that, to be exactly what I need when it's time to come home and do that hard work of Heshbon HaNefesh, to be ancient and modern, simple and complex, entirely my own, and something that I share with all of my fellow travelers on this journey. To know my truest self, and then before I even realize how far away from that I have wandered, to call me home once more. The High Holy Day season marks that homecoming for all of us. It's a time to embrace the richness of our ever-evolving beliefs and the deep connections that we share as a sacred community, as a people. So let these days of awe inspire us to reflect, be renewed, and set intentions for the year ahead. May 5784 be filled with sweetness, with growth, and with countless blessings for us all. Shana Tova, Holy Blossom. We can't wait to welcome you home.